Alright, welcome to Teach Easy Edu, and today we are going to be solving a mathematical problem, and that problem is this. You can see the shape, a square and a sector, and the question says we should find the area of the shaded portion in the diagram. Take pi as 22/7. Now take a quick pause and see if you can attempt this question. Alright, now from the diagram you would see that the square is having a length of 7 centimeters, another length of 7 centimeters. Now you would see this mark here, and this one here, and this one here, and this one here. This is indicating that this is a square of equal sides. Now for we to look for the area of the shaded portion in solving problem like this, we would first of all get the area of the square. Then if you look in the square, you would see that there is another shape there, and it's in the form of a sector. After obtaining the area of the square, we would proceed to obtaining the area of a sector. Now let's try obtaining the area of a square. Area of a square is equals to length times breadth. From the above diagram, you would see that length is equals to 7 centimeters and breadth is equals to 7 centimeters. Putting this into our formula, we will be having area equal to length, which is 7 centimeters, times 7 centimeters. Area is equals to 7 times 7 is 49. Centimeter times centimeter is centimeter square. Having obtained the area of the square, we would go to the area of a sector. Now, area of a sector which is the shape inside the square. Now, area of a sector is equal to theta over 360 times pi times r squared. Alright, now let me bring it up so that you see what I'm doing. Alright, now from the above diagram here, you would let us draft out the sector. The sector is like this. Now when you look at this diagram, you would see that this angle is a perpendicular angle, and a perpendicular angle is having 90 degrees. So our angle here is 90 degrees. So having obtained this, we can now obtain the sector. Now putting theta as 90 and our r here, from the angle from our diagram, r is 7 centimeters. So here becomes 7 centimeters. So we have theta as 90 degrees, r as 7 centimeters. Now slotting this into our formula, we'll be having 90 over 360 times 22/7. Remember, we're asked to take pi as 22/7. So 22/7 times 7 squared. So we have 90 over 360 times 22/7 times 7 raised to the power of 2 means 7 is appearing 2 times. So 7 times 2 will give us 49. Now when we multiply what we are having at the numerator, we would be having 97,020. You can use your calculator to confirm that. Over, when we multiply the denominator, we'll be having 2,520. And when we divide this, we'll be having 38.5 centimeter squared. Now, having obtained the area of the square as 49 centimeter square and the area of a sector as 35 centimeter square. Now, to obtain the area of the shaded portion here, what we do is to subtract the area of the square from area of a sector. Area of a sector rather from area of a square, then we'll obtain what is remaining. In doing so, we will be saying area of the square minus area of the sector, which will give us 49 minus 38.5, and the resulting answer would give us 10.5 centimeters square. All right, so the area of the shaded portion here becomes 10.5 centimeters square. 10.5 centimeter square. All right, now let's have another problem relating to finding the area of a shaded part. Now let's turn this aside. Let's turn this at the back. We have another question, and in this question we're having a different diagram. We're having a circle and a square. We know that this is a square because the length here is 10 meters and the width here is also 10 meters. So this is a square, and if you look inside, we're having a circle. But then this arrow is drawn from one point of the circle to another point of the circle, and if you look at this very well, it's passing through the center of the circle. So this is a diameter, and in obtaining a radius, before we go to that, let's just follow what we said earlier. First of all, we look at the square, then we go for the other shape inside before we now subtract and look for the area of shaded portion. Now for the square, just like we said, area of a square is equal to length times breadth. From our above diagram, the length is 10 times breadth is 10. 10 times 10 will give us 100, so we're having 100 meter square. For the circle inside, we know that area of a circle is equals to pi r squared. Now to obtain our r is equals to 2 diameters. So to obtain for r, we say diameter equals to r let's go back to this. 2 radius is equals to 1 diameter. So to obtain for diameter here, from here diameter is 7. So we'll be having 2r equals to 7, divide both side by 2, divide both side by 2, r is equals to 3.5 meters. So we have gotten our r as 3.5 meters. Now, let's calculate the area of a circle. So for the area of a circle, we have 22 over 7, which is pi, times 3.5 raised to the power of 2. 22 over 7 times 3.5 raised to the power of 2. Let's use our calculator to do that. So 3.5 raised to the power of 2 will give us 12.25. Okay, so 22 times 12.25 would give us 269.5 over 2. So what we did was we multiplied the numerator and multiplied the denominator, and we arrived at this answer. Now when we divide this, area of the circle becomes 38.5 meters squared. Quite similar with what we got the first time in the first question, right? Okay, now let's move back to this square and try to subtract and see what the answer will give us. So now, like we said, area of the square minus area of circle. So for area of a square we obtained 100 minus area of a circle we obtained 38.5. So when we subtract this, we'll be having 61.5 meters squared. So the area of the shaded portion is 61.5 meters squared. All right, so that is it for our tutorials for today, our class for today. If you want to be a part of this class, just kindly drop your message on the comment box and I'll do well to reply. And you can subscribe to be notified for my instant videos. Thank you very much.